Hey everyone, and welcome to What's Your Call Wednesday. As many of you know, we have here in the US, we have instituted the new referee abuse policy, and tonight I got to sit in on my state's webinar for that, detailing all of the different things that are going to be happening for the enforcement, just going over what the new abuse policy is, and just going through some really key steps in terms of reporting and how to write the report, what information should be included, and so forth. In a future segment, I'm going to go ahead and I want to do an in-depth dive on that because I think it's really critical to understand it and to know it and to put it all together. And within the referee circle, we'll go ahead and actually do maybe some example reports and kind of walk through what a really great report looks like with the supplemental form that we all have as well. Obviously, that's going to be more for referees here in the United States, but still a good thing to go through for any referee looking to accurately report on the incidents that happen in their match, right? So today, though, I found two interesting clips that I thought are very similar and very close, but are obviously going to be slightly different, right? So let's jump into them first. I'm going to show you the first one off Instagram, and then the other one I found previously. And again, they're very similar. There's going to be similar head contact and so forth. And I want to know what you guys think. Let's have a look. I'll let this play through as usual, and we can go ahead and move to the next one as well.
Foi dito e feito. Oswaldinho chegou primeiro, matou a bola, veio o Cleiton, matou o Oswaldinho. Foi dito e feito. Oswaldinho chegou.
So obviously I think the crying emojis are a little weird for this one, but we're going to look at this. First defender completely jumps past the attacker with that clever touchback. Referee's right here. Okay? We see this player coming in here, and she's going to make contact. Right? We can already see. Where are her eyes? Looking at her. Ball is played. Ball's gone. She doesn't care about the ball. We can see her there, still looking at the player, and we still see some hard contact. Elbows used up, and we are good. Where's the referee looking? Referee's also looking at the ball. So we have something interesting here, right? And you can see she's quite forceful. She's down, she's laid out. There's no coming back from that. And then as a bonus, we have this little shoulder side to side kind of contact that comes on here, but and it's really emphasized with the throw of the arm there, right? So let's keep this one in mind, right? And we can come back to it because we can come back to it as much as we want. And then there's this one. Now, this one comes from the Madrid women. I don't know who they're playing, but let's just have a look. Right? It's coming in on a free kick here. So ball is played. So coming in. Now it's blurry, admitted, but you can see this blue player is going to win the ball. Arm is up, as in kind of making that natural heading motion, right? And you'll see there's some contact here, right there. All right, and then goes right down, right? So, and just to give you an idea of what the outcome of that was, obviously some heavy contact right there on the cheek. So in both of these clips, we have arms are coming up, arms are raised, contact with the head, and we're dealing with some, heavy contact in both instances, right? Now, one, in my opinion, is going to be more incidental. I'm not gonna say it can't be a foul or anything like that, but it's going to be harder to sell as a foul because of how they're going up, how they're both going for the ball, and just sort of the incidental arm up as they're jumping kind of play that we see here, where the ball's coming in, right? She's not swung the arm. She's not using it as a weapon. She's not swinging it with the. I hate to use the word intent, but she's not deliberately swinging that arm to do it. She's up and she's throwing her head up as we see players do countless times during a game. Okay, so are we going to award, because this is in the penalty area now? Are we going to look at this and say that's a penalty? I think it depends on the tone and tenor of the game. I think it depends on how you perceive that contact, right? Now, obviously, it is heavy contact. We see that from that rather swollen cheek right there. And I'm not saying outcome means much of anything here. And I think also level is going to play into this as well, because she's coming up. I don't want to say she's leading with it, but she certainly knows the arm's up, right? So this one's a difficult one to judge for me. However, this one's a lot clearer, because you see, as I broke down before, right? You see when she's here, and I have to be clever with this. You see she's already kind of in that stance that contact is going to happen regardless, right? We can see this. This is observable. This isn't a mystery. Now it's going to happen fast, because without these freeze frames and the slow mo and the breakdown, right? But when instantly I saw where her eyes were and where her arm was, and the motion of the arm, cocking it up, and so forth. So now she misses the ball, right? She doesn't have eyes on the ball. She's not playing for the ball. And she just lifts that elbow and pops her. Okay. Now I don't make much of the other one, but I'll leave this here. Let's watch it in live, real speed. Right? At first, she's trying to be clever, and she's trying to look like she's making contact with the shoulder. She kind of keeps that elbow down a little bit. But in reality, she is really raising it up and delivering that elbow. So I want to know, do you guys perceive a difference between these two sequences? I'm happy to be wrong here, especially with that first one. The second one, I think, is very clearly, very, very, very clearly going to result in a send-off for violent conduct. There's no challenge for the ball. There's no legal attempt to play for the ball, really. Eyes are completely on the opponent, and she brings her arm up, and it's square, solid, aimed at, leading with the elbow kind of contact, right? So I want to know what you guys think between these two different clips. When you guys are evaluating these things, do we look for the deliberate nature of the contact? Do we look at where they're looking? Do we look at the motion that they're making? Is there a general playable, is the ball playable, right? And I think that's what's going to be kind of a key distinction, right? So I don't have a considerations grid, otherwise I would be throwing one up for this kind of stuff, because the arms and the use of the arms, there's really not too much to put into it, right? It's whether the contact is made, right? There's no legitimate play for the ball in that sense, right? Are they leading with it? Are they swinging the arm? Are they doing so deliberately, or is it incidental in terms of the physicality and play of the ball? That's where I think we start to run into a lot of different interpretations of what's a foul, what's careless, what's reckless, what's excessive force or brutality, right? So that is what I think is the fine line between these two clips. I think one is going to be sort of almost expected in terms of the contact, in terms of the play, and that she's not swung the arm, she's not using the elbow or leading with it, and that she's actually making that play for the ball with her head. Whereas the other one, she steps in, but I think that step in isn't necessarily for the ball because she'd be looking at it if that were the case, and really is seeking to make contact and seeking to use the elbow to lead with it as the weapon, and clearly she hits her target. But I want to know what you guys think. I want to know what you guys see the differences between these two clips, see the similarities, see the differences, and let me know. What's your call? In the meantime, I look forward to seeing you guys again for your Infringement Friday. Until then, have a fantastic week, and we'll catch up then. Have a good one, guys.